YouTubers, my name is Eileen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a bit of a birthday special for you because this is being uploaded on the day I turn 19. No need for applause. But I did want to make a little video about what it was like to be 18 since it's such like a weird milestone age, and I was at first gonna make like a video that's super emotional and about like how being 18 you don't really fit into like the younger category, but also you're not like really an adult yet. But instead what I thought would be a little more realistic to being 18 is if I gave you 18 memories of my most embarrassing moments being 18. So these memories are just from this past year, and not to be confused with my most cringecore memories of all time, which include but are not limited to thinking I could pull off a fedora and suspenders at the same time with a pixie cut, breaking my phone while taking a video where I was trying to take pictures of myself and then just like watching it shatter into pieces, or performing a rap on stage as a teacher when I was in a middle school play in front of an audience of my entire family. Yeah, a rap. That's besides the point. Today we're going to be focusing on just this year, so it's fresh embarrassment. Alright, starting off strong, we will be starting and ending the series with something flying out of my mouth, which is a really great sentence to say. So I was in class, I was in high school, it was first period, and I used to take a little coffee cup with me everywhere I went, and I would drink the coffee during first period because, you know, I'm like tired, dead at the desk, whatever, I'm trying to do math and I just couldn't. So I took a sip, a big sip, a big gulp of coffee, and then I choked. While the teacher was teaching, while everyone was just being quiet, I just choke on the coffee, and there's a lot of coffee in my mouth, and it spews everywhere. Lydia's sitting next to me, gets all over Lydia. Gets on the girl in front of me, who I don't know. I didn't know her, but hey, good morning, how's your day going? Let me spew coffee onto you. I was just choking continuously, so I couldn't even clean it up yet, and it was just really embarrassing, and everyone in the class looked at me, and I was just like, hey, sorry. I'll clean that up in a second with the little school paper towels, like on my hands and knees, like on the girl's seat, like apologizing profusely and like just trying to do my math. What a great start, right? My next embarrassing memory went on for the entire school year, so every day was an embarrassing memory. I had this car, and it was a really old car, 2001, and it would have been fine, like just being an old car, but it was like a really beaten up car also, and it was a convertible, which is like super cool and like definitely gave me some cool points whenever I would drive it with like the hair blowing in the wind. My hair, not just somebody's hair. The problem with it was, well, there was many problems, but one of the problems with it was that the top leaked. And I'm not just talking like when it rained, a little tiny little leak. No, I'm talking like it was raining inside the car. Like there was practically no top on it because it would just leak everywhere. So every day, to save myself from getting into a wet car after school, I, in the senior parking lot, would have to take a tarp out of my trunk and tarp the car. And it was really great. And then it got featured in my school yearbook. So I was known as Tarp Girl. Tarp Girl. This next embarrassing moment is kind of a good example about why you feel so weird as an 18-year-old, because like you're not really an adult, but you're also not like a child, so you're just in this weird blob in between. I decided to go to an emo karaoke night because, you know, why not? I've never done that before. I thought it was like a cool thing to do. I'm 18 now, I can go to a karaoke bar, not drink, but you know, I can just go. And I went, and I was expecting to see like a lot of people my age or like near my age, maybe even under my age. They were opening it to minors and stuff. I get in there and it's like a room full of millennials, and I'm like, oh, hey, you're like 10 years older than me, but it's nice to see you all. And I really wanted to sing karaoke, like that's why I went. I didn't go just to stand around and listen to millennials sing My Chemical Romance. I wanted to sing My Chemical Romance. So I did, and I went up there and I sung Teenagers by My Chemical Romance, which is a very fitting song. And I really kind of ate, but also like not really because I can't sing. I was just having fun. But it's just like embarrassing to sing Teenagers as a teenager in a room full of adults watching you, because like they think about emo and they were like actually experiencing it when they were teenagers, and like, you know, it was the 2000s, everyone was emo, it was cool. But now I'm just emo and I'm just weird because it's not really a thing anymore. I mean, it kind of is, but speaking of being emo, just a little embarrassing fact about me is I drove myself like 5 hours to go see Fall Out Boy, which is my favorite band, all alone because I didn't have any friends who like Fall Out Boy or emo bands. That's just a little sad, isn't it? So if you want to see Fall Out Boy with me, leave a comment. I need some Fall Out Boy friends. This next story is embarrassing for both me and Lydia, so I don't feel as bad telling it. Basically, Lydia and I were invited to this event. It was like a film event. It was supposed to be like a mingle meet type of thing for other filmmakers, and it was at Universal Studios. And so very dumbly, we thought that meant like going on rides together and like meeting other filmmakers, or like, you know, getting to actually go into the park. Instead, when we got there, it was like, yeah, let's actually just take you to City Walk and you guys just get to like have a little dinner in a studio, which was cool. But like when you think that you're gonna be going like wee all day, and then you're actually just like, I'm eating dinner, I drove a long time to get here. It's a little embarrassing, and it's also embarrassing that you thought you were gonna be going wee, so yeah. Alright, these next two go hand in hand. So the first embarrassing, just general thing that happened was I got super into Dan and Phil again. Like, I have not been this into Dan and Phil, which if you don't know, they're like super popular YouTubers, since I was like 12. And I love them. I have continued to love them all the time, but like when you start rewriting fanfiction in class because you're bored, it's a little embarrassing. It's a little embarrassing to have to be like, have you ever heard of these YouTubers Dan and Phil to all your friends? And then watch them look at you very strangely. But I'm not really ashamed because they're slay and everyone should be allowed to like things, so yeah. I like Dan and Phil, I'm gonna say it now. But what's even more embarrassing is I was a super nerdy film kid, and I still am, but I would be like shooting short films a lot. And this particular day, I was shooting a short film. It was my short film, and it was like really stressful, and I was coordinating with a boat because I'm crazy, and I was like, yeah, I think it'd be cool to film on a boat. And that day happened to be Dan's tour that he was going on to, and so I couldn't go because I couldn't tell these boat people, hey, I really want to go see We're All Doomed. Like, I just think it would be really good for my mental health. It's okay, the film turned out good, I like the boat scenes, but like, it embarrasses me to think that I couldn't just plan ahead a little better. Like, could I not have looked at a calendar like 2 weeks in advance and been like, oh, I think I might be busy that day, let's go for this day? No? Okay. It turns out being a film kid and being on a film set is a prime time to run into your ex from 3rd grade. I was there, I was a producer on a film, I was stressed, I was trying to coordinate the pizza and the cameras and the actors and the extras, and lo and behold, my 3rd grade ex-boyfriend walks in, and you know, it's 3rd grade. Like, we didn't even kiss. We didn't even hold hands. We were just like little buddies, little best friends. And so I saw this person walk in and I was like, oh, hi. Nothing. Nothing. Pretended I didn't exist. And I was like, okay, maybe, you know, I broke up with you, so maybe it's okay, you can have some hard feelings. So later that night, I decided to send a little text that was like apologizing. It was like, hey, we were really good friends, like we were like dating, like I'm sorry if anything went wrong between us. I just wanted to know, like, we're super chill now, like I would say hi to you next time, etc, etc. And then I got left on red. Left on red by my 3rd grade ex-boyfriend. What kind of low is that? It's very low, and it's very embarrassing to then see that person again and again at different film sets or house parties or stuff like that, and it was just, it hurts me and also 3rd grade me. Along with being a film kid, I used to be a theater kid. Like, you know, it was 2016, we were all bumping to Hamilton, like everyone was into Dear Evan Hansen, I thought I was in Heathers. I used to be like really into theater, and so now when I transitioned into film, people still kind of remember like, hey, you're that theater kid, right? Can you act in my film? Acting in a film is just so humbling because you, at the end, get to see yourself on a giant screen and it's just your face and like whatever weird hunched over posture you were doing, and it's just like, it's a little scary to see every pore on your face. I mean, I say that as I'm filming a YouTube video, but like, it's all very scary. And acting again, in this one particular film, I had to scream and laugh to myself, like manically, and I could not even bring myself to do that right now. Like asking somebody to scream and laugh hysterically into the lens of a camera is so embarrassing to do while your entire class is watching you and you're just like in this weird forest. It's very embarrassing, but like you have to do it because you're an actor, you're a theater kid. You don't want to let these people down. So yeah, I screamed, and then it was later played on a big screen over and over again, and I had to watch it a lot, and it was just reminded me of other cringecore memories I have of me in theater, and it's just, they're all bad. They're all bad memories. This embarrassing one is probably the one that hurts the most. This is titled, "My SAT got invalidated." Yeah. You know when they read the directions and they're like, blah 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 blah, this would mean your score is 0, it'll get invalidated. And you're always like, what stupid person would do that? It was me. I was the stupid person who got my test invalidated. Flashback to senior year. I have taken the SAT like 6 times at this point, and I am over it. And I am not getting the score that I want. But you know, I was willing to try again. So I go in, it's 7 in the morning, I'm tired, I'm in my sweatpants, I got my calculator and my water bottle, I'm ready to take on the SAT. And I get in there and stuff is going okay, you know, you do all the little procedures, you put your phone on silent, you put it away, you take out your ID, except my ID is in my phone. So I put my phone on silent and then I thought, oh crap, you need your ID. So I took it out of the case, like brought it with me, and I put the case back on. I'm deep into the reading section, I'm reading passages about something really scientific and really smart, and I'm like focusing all my brain power, and then I hear a little chime. That can't be my phone, right? Because I turned my phone off. I made sure I saw the Apple logo, it went to sleep, it was black, I remember, I'm not going crazy, let's just finish the rest of my test. So I give my darndest earnest attempt at that reading section, and then the instructor at the end goes, whose phone is this? And it's mine. It's my phone. In the room full of everyone taking the SAT, I'm the only dumb one who didn't turn off their phone, apparently. But my suspicion is that when I took my ID out, it accidentally turned it back on. Whenever you get your test invalidated, you get kindly escorted out of the room. To which place I start crying. You know, it's embarrassing, it's sad, it's a little mix of both, and then guess who walks out of their testing room? Just pure coincidence. Lydia. And now Lydia is seeing me cry, which is something she's seen before because I cry a lot, but yeah, and it's like really awkward, and yeah, I just have to leave. I just have to go home. That's the last SAT I took, and you know what? I still got into a pretty good school, so if that ever happens to you, it's okay. It's embarrassing, but it's okay. Anyways, something a little less harrowing to tell you. When you are a senior in high school, you have to do a lot of senior pics. And my mom offered me a photographer who offered to do it for free because he was still learning. It was just a very awkward encounter. I feel like all the poses look like this. But also, like, are senior pictures ever actually like comfortable or fun to do? I don't think so. It was just a little embarrassing, and then those pictures get shipped to every family member you knew. Your Aunt Gladys, who's twice removed, yeah, she's getting a picture. Your great Uncle Steve, who kind of has a weird mustache, yeah, he's getting a picture. Everyone that you know is getting a picture. Even like your close friends' family is getting a picture, and it's like, wow, everyone's going to see me in these senior pictures looking like this. This next one is going to make some of you really think I'm an idiot, and I promise you I'm not, but it's okay if you think that because, yeah. Basically, I was having a conversation with my very smart boyfriend, and he's really into music and stuff, and we're talking about Pink Floyd, and it's like, he knows a lot, and I know a little. I actually know the bare minimum. But, you know, Pink Floyd's a very popular band, but we're talking about the band, and I'm like, oh yeah, like, which one is Pink Floyd? Apparently, Pink Floyd is the name of the band. None of them are named Pink Floyd or like call themselves Pink Floyd. It's not like a stage name. Yeah, it's apparently it's like a commonly known fact. The more you know. Something very specific to being 18 and being embarrassed is all of a sudden, overnight, you're allowed to get hit on by old men. Like, what? Like, no longer can I be like, I am a minor. Instead, it's just, you're creepy, I'm not interested. I would be at work sometimes, and I worked in a place that maybe had like an older demographic, and some of those older men would hit on me, and I would always have to be like, ha ha ha, I'm a minor, like, let's not do this, let's not be weird. But now, I just have to be like, ha ha ha, that's weird, can I just get back to my job? Yeah, it's not a crime, it's just really weird. And it's not super embarrassing to have this happen to you, but it's just like an embarrassing thought to think about. It embarrasses me. It makes me cringe to think about old men hitting on me. So there you go. If you're an old man, stay away. Stay away. I know it's not illegal, but I don't want it, so. But in general, my embarrassment has gone to good causes because I found that a lot of people have been bonding by making fun of me, which is totally fine. I'm totally okay with it. You guys can make fun of me if you want. You know, you just, in friendships, you all kind of just like make fun of each other a little, but like, people really do connect over making fun of me. And it's a little embarrassing, but you know, I'm okay with it. And it's okay. It's all in good fun. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself. Filming YouTube videos in general is embarrassing. Especially my last video, if you want to go give that a watch. Quite embarrassing to watch. But like, there's just something awkward about setting up the tripod, setting up the lights, and then being in a dorm setting and like knowing that everyone around you can hear every word that I'm saying and every word that I trip up, and every time I restart a sentence, everyone who's listening can hear me. And it's just like really awkward. And I'm not great at YouTube yet, I feel like, but you know, we're getting there. It's definitely getting better. Having a YouTube channel in general is an embarrassing thing. It's hard to put yourself out there. Props to you if you're doing it as well, because it can be a little hard. For the most part, it's fun, and I do like it. It's just a little embarrassing, especially like just telling your roommate, hey, I have a YouTube channel. I had to have that conversation. That's okay. It's okay, it wasn't a bad conversation. I don't know why I'm cringing so hard. It's fine, it's really fine. This one happened to me yesterday. The memories continue to keep happening. But this one was just tiny, it's okay, it's a little short one. I had a gum in my mouth and I put it on the bottom of my Starbucks cup and it was hot, and I bought this new shirt, right? I went thrifting, found this shirt, love it to death, and I was talking all day about how much I like this shirt on me, and then I was like sipping my Starbucks, and then I like kind of laid down like this and I put it like right here, and then gum all over the shirt, hot gum, and I am just like covered in it. And I have to go to a meeting in a couple minutes, and I was covered in gum, so I was sitting there like scraping off. Lydia gave me a wipe. It was just like not cute, and everybody saw me, but it's okay, it's fine. This is the last embarrassing memory, and as promised, something will fly out of my mouth in this one. So, I feel like a lot of embarrassing things happen to me at the dining hall. I just feel like in general, it's an embarrassing place to be. Everyone's trying to eat, everyone's like in lines, there's like a traffic pattern that I don't understand, you have to carry all your plates. It's just like a weird environment. But this really takes the cake. So I get a salad with tomatoes and like lettuce and cheese maybe and some croutons, and Lydia's there with me because, you know, we go to the dining hall together a lot. And we're talking, we sit across from each other in a booth, we're just eating, chilling, I'm eating my little salad, everything is fine, we're talking about something probably serious, honestly. Then I like take a bite of my tomato, and my rule to myself is I have to eat all the tomatoes in a salad. I don't have to finish the salad, but I have to eat all the tomatoes because I like tomatoes, so I should enjoy the tomatoes. But I put this little like cherry tomato in my mouth, and I bite down. And then some tomato juice spurts onto Lydia. And she kind of tries to play it off, but like, there was no hope. There was no hope. It's going down in one of the most embarrassing things that's happened to me, and thank God it was Lydia and not just somebody like that I actually care about, because Lydia, you know, can spit tomato juice on her. I think we're close enough for that. But still, dear God, is it embarrassing to spit anything on anyone, and the fact that I've done it twice in a year? Twice in a year! Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. That was really hard for me to film, but I hope you enjoyed it a little bit, because, you know, it's kind of fun. to listen to people's embarrassing moments. It really is. You know, you get to learn a little bit about how awkward this person is. And I feel like you guys learned a lot. So I'm gonna stop talking before I say something incriminating for the rest of my life. And have a good day. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. And remember, do not spit tomatoes at your friends. Do not choke on coffee. Just keep all liquids inside your mouth once they're in there, okay? All right. Bye!